Looking to sell your vehicle? Contact the United Auto Wholesale Team. We'll buy it. Old or new, car, truck, SUV, van, call to set up an appointment. Then stop in, make the sale, and get instant payment. Sell your vehicle to United Auto's Wholesale Team.
Disruption Networks.
What's up, everybody? It's Local Music Monday. We are live and direct. You can follow along on all Disruption Network social media platforms. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch, and we're also live on Facebook. If you are watching on Facebook, do us a favor, click that share button. And then we're going to wrap it up into a nice little podcast that you could listen to at your leisure, at your discretion, at disruptionnetwork.net. Big shout out to my sponsors. Give it up to United Auto Sales, 4994 Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Go to UnitedUsedCars.com and see why it's easy to do business with United. Shout out to EJA Moving Services. When you're ready to move and relocate, hit up Eddie and his crew at 315-335-0516. Thank you to Joey's at 307. Check out the book by Billy the Liquor Guy. It's called Under Too Long. It's a great book. Keep you on the edge of your seat. You can get it on Amazon, wherever you get your books. Thank you, Utica Coffee, Saranac Brewery, my attorney, Dave Longaretta. If you need some legal advice, give him a call today at 315-735-6162. Shout out to Ballsy, ballwash.com. Use promo code members only for a 15% discount. Also, big shout out to my peeps over, my man, Matt Caustic, who designed a new Local Music Monday t-shirt. It's right here. You can get it. Slide into my DMs. I'll hit you off with one of these t-shirts. They're only $20. You can support local music and support Disruption Network by picking up a Local Music Monday t-shirt. I was presenting at the Sammy Awards this past Friday night. Shout out to all the winners. And one of the winners is on the line with me right now from the Ripcords, my man Irv Lyons. Irv, congratulations on winning the Sammy. And it looks like you might be adding more hardware to that trophy case. God willing, right?
Yeah. We have a Native American Music Award coming up in April, so the Ripcords and myself are nominated for, in different categories, but maybe it's the year of the Ripcords and year Irv Lyons Jr. We'll see.
How many nominations are you up for?
I'm up for 7, including with the Ripcords. So 4 with the Native American Music Awards, I was nominated for Best Male Vocalist, Artist of the Year, Best Song from an Album, and Best Rock Recording. And the Ripcords were nominated for Best Blues Record. And then we did another project with Earl Slick and the West Side Social Club, and that's nominated for Best Blues Record also. So we'll see. I mean, the NAMMYs are really cool because it's not just United States. It's an international competition. So there were thousands and thousands of entries, and for us to even make it like we did, that's a win already. So.
Truly amazing.
So it would be a cool thing to win an international, just to be nominated. We already won. And,
you guys work hard, man, and you deserve to get recognized like this. Is that how it's done on submissions for the NAMMYs?
Well, for the NAMMYs, yeah, just like the Sammys, everyone submits, their CD or their video, and then the NAMMY judges and the NAMMY board, they vote on who should go into the actual nominations. When it's actually determined, then it goes to the public for a public vote. So right now it's in a public vote, and we'll see.
Irv, the one thing I noticed when I first seen you play is you play left-handed, and not only do you play left-handed, but your strings are upside down. How does one learn how to play like that? How did you know to teach yourself to do this? Where did that come from?
Well, I'm left-handed.
Uh-huh.
So there wasn't any left-handed guitars when I was a kid. I mean, there were, but there were probably very few, and they were probably at least 70 to 80% more than a right-handed guitar. So my mother and I, she was a single parent for a while, and we lived with my aunt and uncle. My uncle was a really great musician, and he had a Harmony F-hole guitar that he said, Irv, don't go near my guitar, I'll kill you. And but I did. And I learned to, and I put that thing upside down, and I started playing along to Del Shannon and Fats Domino, and so I was self-taught, and then my mom actually bought me a guitar, and she says, well, if you want to learn, you got to, which I already did. I taught myself off my uncle's guitar, but here's your guitar. If you want to play guitar, you got to play it upside down, and I did, and it sounds a little different, because I'm hitting the strings different. So I have my own sound, which is really cool. And I get to, and there's certain things that right-handed people can't do that I do. So it worked out. It worked out.
Did you end up taking lessons after you taught yourself, or have you always just been self-taught?
This is a great story. I wanted to take lessons. My friends' family owned a music store, and they had a guy named Joe Jewell, who was like one of the best guitarists ever out of Syracuse. He went to the West Coast, and he taught music. He was a professor of music at, now I forget the school, on the West Coast. And he was a hero of mine. And when he was teaching music there, I said, Joe, will you teach me how to play guitar? And he said, well, let me see what you're doing. And I played something, it was left-handed upside down. He said, hell no, kid. I'm not teaching you nothing. But here's the thing. So jump up to 2021, Joe Jewell comes back. Unfortunately, my guitar player with the light, Irv Lyons Jr. light, Leon Miller, passed away unexpectedly. That was a tragedy. And we had a show coming up, and I called Joe Jewell, the guy who said no, he wouldn't teach me. And now he's loving playing with the light. So that's a full circle kind of story. And it's unbelievable. All my heroes that I grew up, like Todd Hoban, he's my producer for my music. He produced my last CD. Then you have Joe Jewell. And I got back from the Army, and I started playing music again in 2000. And then I'm playing with I'm making friends with Blancos and all these, Pete McMahon. It's incredible. I'm so blessed to have worked with all these people, and who are my heroes.
The Syracuse music community is it's vibrant. There's a lot of great musicians coming out of there. And man, I feel like you share the stage with 90% of them. You're playing with the likes of Edgar and just, there's just so many out there, man. How many different outfits are you playing in currently?
I play with the Ripcords.
Right.
I will say that's my main band,
Mm-hmm.
right? We have been together over 20 years, and
amazing.
We're so tight. We practice every week. So that's one. And then I play with the light. It's just called the light. And that's myself. Kimberly Rossi sings. Richie Melito, who's one of the best guitarists, bassists on the planet. And Dave Chitomber on the kit. And now we have Joe Jewell. So that's two. And the third one that's really cool and really unique is myself, Edgar Pagan, Jim Bianchi on cajon, and Kim Rossi will come up and sing a couple as well. But Edgar and I have this crazy chemistry, and I like Latin, and that's his thing. And we get together and we groove on Santana and some of my originals that I wrote that are kind of Latin, and so it's three groups. It's special. So. But they don't really interfere with the ripcords, because I don't take that many dates. The ripcords is my main thing. And Edgar and I, if we do a trio or a duo, it's, like on a Thursday or Monday night. And so we're going to be at Harpoon Eddie's all summer.
Yeah.
Between the light and Edgar Pagan. So it's a Monday gig, which is really cool. But the ripcords, we never stopped gigging since COVID. And, we won the Sammys. And then the next day we were at Shifty's. That was Saturday night. It was a great gig. There was about 800 people crammed into Shifty's. And there's nothing like playing to that crowd at Shifty's. It's so intimate.
I got a chance to check you guys out at Harpoon Alley's last summer. It was a great vibe going on in there. What's the key to longevity of keeping a band together? What would you say it is? I mean, 20 years is a long time.
Like a marriage, you have to give and take, and well, with the ripcords, I think the chemistry and the strength and the practicing every week, and we became friends along with just being musicians, and sometimes it doesn't work. Chemistry is important because there's sometimes the chemistry doesn't work, but fortunately in all the bands that I played, the chemistry has always been good. So, and you got to keep your ego out of it. And as long as everyone can do that, they say musicians are egotistical. No, that's not the case at all. We all want to make music together, and you have to put all those kind of things aside. So,
indeed, are you writing every day?
I write every day.
Do you?
Yeah, people don't want to tick me off because it'll be in a song the next.
So that's pretty much how you're writing, is through life experiences and everything that you're going through?
Yeah, and when my life is going good, I'm dry. But, when my life is going down the crapper, I can write really great songs.
It's funny how that works, huh?
It's true, though. No, I've written some really good, joyous songs, probably like 3, but the rest, I like, I like being in that dark. I like being in the dark, kind of dark kind of thing right there. That's where I get all my good. I'm kidding. I write love songs, ballads, and a matter of fact, the song of the year that I wrote for the NAMMYs that got nominated for Best Song. That one would mean a whole lot to me, because having a song of the year is a whole different kind of thing. And it's the first song that I wrote that had a political statement, and that was Save the Planet.
Yep.
And Save the Planet is talking about that we have to take care of our planet or we're not going to be here. We have to, save our water and just be good stewards of the earth. And that was a really important song. And I got to collaborate with the late great Joanne Shenandoah before she passed, and she puts a beautiful part on that. And I got to collaborate with the great Joe Driscoll, who put a rap in that song, and the song is tremendous. It's the message, and the vibe is really cool, and I didn't expect it to take off like that, but that song seems to resonate with everyone. Of course, it should.
But that whole album is a message to the world. I feel I got a chance to check it out. Are you a melody first guy or a lyric first guy when you're writing?
Melody all the way.
Mm-hmm.
I hear, at first, my writing really was not good, because all I wanted to do is write a song as quickly as I can. I always had the melody. That always comes. But the lyrics, I wouldn't work as hard as I should. And Todd Hoban, being the great mentor that he had, he wasn't putting up with it. He goes, Irv, I know you can write a lot better. Finish your song. So this latest CD, What Are We Fighting For? They're finished, and they're thoughtful, and all the thoughts are complete. I wasn't complete before. I'm just like, hey, let me get the song out, and you're going to hear this great riff right here, and the chords are really cool here, and it was, the lyrics weren't there, and you got to have both. You got to have both.
I feel like you wore your heart on your sleeve when you put this album out.
I always people don't like you. If you don't show vulnerability, people don't like you.
Good point.
It's the thing. My day job is I'm the director of development for the most. So I work with people all day.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't show vulnerability, you have to show your feelings and let people know that you're a human being too. And yeah, I'm always putting my feelings out on my sleeve. And I think that's one thing that people like about me. There's no airs. There's nothing. I don't put myself above anybody else. I love people. If I can help them, I will. And but if you, like I said, if you irk me, I'm going to put it on words. I'm just going to be songs.
You mentioned working with Todd Hoban. What do you think is the best? What do you think the best piece of advice he's ever given you? Or what do you think the best thing you've ever learned from Todd Hoban?
There's so many jewels that he said, but I think that as far as songwriting, the lyrics have to be just as good as the melody, and the melody has to be just as good as the lyrics, and it's a complete thing. So, that's it. Can you see my face still?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because I got a low battery sign on here and I can't see you, so let me do this. All right, there we go.
There you go.
But there's so many jewels. He's given me personal advice. He's given me professional advice, and he has more humility than anyone I've known. And he's the most gentle guy. He knows music. He's got so much experience. So it's been a pleasure working with Todd, and we've become friends. And like I said, when I was a kid, he was gigging. That was, you got to go hear Todd Hoban and all these guys that like I said, that I admired and looked up to. I'm working with these guys now. It's incredible.
It's funny how life works out that way, right?
It is. It really is. It's amazing. And like I said, I've been blessed to share the stage with so many great local artists, and on a national level, the Ripcords have opened up for quite a few named bands, and that's been really great too.
You got a good pinch me moment? Pinch me. I can't believe my career has brought me to this moment right now.
Well, that's a good one. I think the latest was working with Todd Hoban and Joe Jewell, especially when Joe Jewell says, "Hell no, I'm not teaching you." Am I allowed to use colorful language here or no?
I prefer it.
Oh, okay. Well, Joe Jewell says, "Hell no, I'm not teaching you shit." That's what he said. So, and then we became. Now he's playing with me. So that's great.
Full circle again, my friend. Full circle.
So those are the pinch me moments.
Mm-hmm.
I was real excited. We played the Taste of Syracuse, and as you know,
mm-hmm.
and Kenny Wayne Shepherd, we opened up for Kenny Wayne. We came on before Kenny Wayne. Did you remember that?
I do.
So I said, Kenny Wayne comes out of the what do they call those porta potties?
Yeah.
He's going to go on stage, and I go, "Hey, Kenny, man, I'm your biggest fan." And, he's like, "Who are you?" And then that was it. So, then I became not a Kenny Wayne fan. So, on the pinch me moments, and then the, like, I want to punch this guy moment, that's my Kenny Wayne. He was arrogant, man. That guy's so damn arrogant.
The old saying goes, never meet your heroes, right? Did you ever hear that before?
Yes. No, it's true.
Yeah.
So I got rid of all my Kenny Wayne stuff. I don't even play his licks anymore. That's it.
Nah. Who are you into now?
The Ripcords cover one. I'm only, yeah, he wasn't nice, but that's okay. These guys, they get bombarded all the time,
Yeah, true.
But, but that's about being vulnerable and don't forget where you came from,
Exactly. Who are you into nowadays? What are you spinning on your CD player or your Spotify or whatever nowadays?
I really like Tom Misch. You ever hear of Tom Misch?
I haven't.
He's really good. So I listen to Tom Misch and this other guy named Robert Glasper.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of like neo-funk, neo-jazz. They're just like, they have this really chill groove. And then, then I listen to classics all the time because you always got to listen to them. But my biggest influence was Carlos Santana. When they had Abraxas, that's the really reason I really wanted to play. That Abraxas album with Black Magic Woman and Oye Como Va and all that. I said, I want to play guitar like that. So he's my first true guitar hero. And then, people say my music, not with the ripcords, but, when I'm playing with the light, they say, well, this guy sounds like a cross between Sting meets Steely Dan, meets Santana, meets Stevie Ray, that's right on. And I really like that. I like that a lot. Steely Dan was one of my biggest influences, and then I love Sting when he was with the Police and solo. Of course, Santana's my hero. And Stevie Ray, man, that guy can play blues like no one else could.
That's an excellent comparison. It must have made you feel real humble.
Yeah, I mean, and it's pretty dead on. You are who you are who you hang with or who you listen to.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I try not to, I don't want to steal their style, but there's certain things, and then you make them your own. There's some kind of isms that say, Santana isms that I'll play, and Steely Dan isms, lack of a better term.
Irv, when you're not out gigging and you're out and about, who are some of the bands you're checking out when you're out and about in the Syracuse area?
I love Los Blancos.
Yeah.
I love Brown Skin.
Brown Skin, great band.
I love Morris Tarbell. I love Diana Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings here.
You can't.
I like this guy named Virgil Kane. He's like a one-man band.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Of course, I love Grupo Pagan. I will go see them. I love going seeing Lauren Berger play. I love going seeing Joe Whiting play. There's so many good. The hard thing is that to go see bands because we're always gigging all the time,
Right.
Stroke, when Stroke was together, I love Stroke. They're one of my favorites.
Is there anybody on the Syracuse?
Who's your bands? I want to know who you're listening to.
Everybody, actually. So I love Joe. Joe Altier is a great friend of mine, so I love going out to support him.
I saw him at the NAMI. That guy looked like a male model. I told him, Joe, whatever you're doing, man, you're looking great.
And then
guy's all puffed up. He looked like a movie star. I felt bad. I didn't even want to be around him.
I told him
because I looked so bad being around him.
I told him he needs action figures made of himself.
He does, man. The guy looks great.
Also, Joe Driscoll's a great friend of mine. You brought him up earlier. I love checking out Joe. I like Sophista-Funk. I like watching Sophista-Funk, and there's a lot of great bands in the area.
I love them.
Yep, me too.
Anthony Saturno's a great guitar player, man. I like listening to him. He's an up and comer.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Phillips is another kid that's an up and comer. There's a lot of all these younger groups coming up, man. Oh, Rob McCall's on my record. That guy's one of the best singers in town. Do you know about Rob McCall?
I don't.
He plays with let's see, All Dead Poets and Heroes. Did you ever hear that band?
I've seen their name. I've never seen them live.
Did you listen to my CD, What Are We Fighting For?
Yes.
The last song is called Let's Say Goodbye to Love.
Okay, yeah.
Let's say goodbye one more last time. And that guy, if he doesn't, it's a gut-wrenching, beautiful performance. It's one of the most beautiful songs I've written in my life. And it's got a beautiful voice. It's kind of like, are you familiar with Jeff Buckley?
Of course.
Yeah. He sounds a lot like Jeff Buckley. And that's about the highest praise I can give anybody, Buckley was a genius.
Yeah, indeed.
Now we talk about younger artists. I'm trying to push her is my fiance, Kimberly's daughter. Did you hear Monotone? Olivia Rossi. She's 16 years old. What an incredible voice.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, check out Monotone. But there's so many great, Syracuse is on the level of Nashville, Los Angeles, New York City. We have the same caliber. And this is a great town for music.
It's always been that way, too. As long as I've been in and out of the Syracuse music scene. I live in Utica, but I've been going to Syracuse for 30 years, checking out music and being involved and whatnot. And it has always been super rich with talent.
Yeah, one of my good friends is from Utica, played with Stroke, is John Kelsey. He sat in with me a couple times.
John's a friend of mine as
You familiar
well.
with John?
Oh, yeah. I know. Yep. I've known John for many years.
And the Ripcords would go to, we'd play at the clubs in Utica. The one club, Lucan's, man, their pizza is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
You know about Lucan's?
Oh, of course.
And we play there. There'd be a fight there every time we played. And that was one of
That's Utica for you.
Fortunately, it wasn't us.
You know, we're talking about the Syracuse music scene. Is there anybody out there that you haven't played with that you would like to play with?
Yeah, Brownskin needs to let me sit in. I need to sit in with Brownskin.
I love what they're doing, like the mix of funk and hip hop and soul, and just it's a great show when those guys get together.
I mean, I should do a duet. I should play guitar for Joe one night, Joe Altier. That would be good.
That would be great.
I mean, I have played just about with everyone on stage, which is kind of cool. Sophisticunk, I would love to sit in with them. That would be great. You guys can invite me up. I'd love to play with those guys. Those guys are great.
They are.
There's so many great bands. The Mere Mortals, Maureen Hennessy. I mean, like I said, man, we're on the same level as, Nashville, New York City, Los Angeles, all of it. This is a great music scene. I just wish we had a little more venues we had opportunity to play in.
Yeah, don't you feel like that's the case? It seems like it's the case around here too. Lack of venues, but plethora of talent.
I mean, we lost the Dinosaur. That used to be a great venue. There's no music there anymore, and COVID hit everyone bad. I get it, and I hope that we start, seeing music back at these venues.
Mm-hmm. Do we expect you at the Taste of Syracuse this year?
I think we're playing Taste of Syracuse. We're doing the crowd. We just got the Crawfish Fest, Taste of Syracuse. We're doing the Blues and Brews. We're opening up for Dickie Betts. This is our second time opening up for Dickie Betts. And the Ripcords, somehow we're like the festival band. We get all these great festival gigs, and I love it.
Yeah.
So the season really starts with that crowd. That comes up in May.
Mm-hmm.
So
you are a great festival band, though, because you bring high energy, and it's always a great time, and you get everybody moving and dancing.
It's now with the the Ripcords with the boneyard horns, and that's
yeah,
that's nasty right there, boy. We get down, I'll tell you. Dunham Hall on sax when he's around, and Jeff Dunham. I mean, Jeff Stockham. Bleep that out. Jeff is going to kill me now. No, Jeff Stockham, the great Jeff Stockham, who was a Hall of Famer, right? He got the Sammy Hall of Fame. And, we use a lot of guys, but our horn section's really great.
I'll tell you, at the Syracuse Nationals last year, you guys ripped it with the boneyard horns.
But I don't remember doing the Nationals last year.
Yeah,
see how I am? It's a big birthday, which I won't say the age, but it's a big birthday this year. So,
when's your birthday?
May 7th. Taurus the bull.
Coming up soon.
Yeah.
Coming up soon. Nice.
I shouldn't even.
What's that? Say it again.
I shouldn't even said it. I shouldn't have said it.
We gotta have a big birthday bash for you.
Where are we gonna do it at?
Well, it'd have to be in Syracuse, I would imagine. Or you guys come play my backyard, for Christ I care. I'd love to have you guys come play my backyard one day.
I like those parts.
Yeah.
I like those parts.
Those are the ones that get on.
We go on the Big Sharky stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Sharky's,
cool, man.
Yeah, they're doing some good stuff over there, too. I noticed their calendar. It's starting to really fill up with a lot of summertime events.
Yeah, they have some great bands.
Nice. Irv, where can people find your music, and where's it streaming on? Is it streaming on all the platforms?
Oh, boy. Okay. Do I have a couple minutes still or no?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, well, I just signed. AEM is my management team, and so we got a. I'm on Rivet Records. That's my new label. Rivet Records is part of the Orchard, which is part of Sony. So, uh, so it'll be in the next 2 weeks. My music will be all over every platform.
That's amazing.
But right, but they want to do it right. Orchard wants to do it right, and there's certain things that they're doing, But right, the only place you can get my CD is at Soundgarden right now, and or you can call me on phone and I'll drive it right over to you.
You deliver.
But I'm very happy with the Rivet Records. But more importantly, Orchard is under the Sony, under the big Sony umbrella, and to have a Orchard distribute my music, it's a big difference. It's a big difference.
In your long music career, is this your first record deal?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Yes.
And it just goes to show you, if you keep working your ass off, it will finally pay off, right?
Winners never quit and quitters never win. I did 20 years in the Army, and that was one of the things that we every day. Winners never quit and quitters never win, and that's the same. That's the same thing with music, man. Just keep your music up. Make sure you practice. Make sure you just you don't get a gig today. There'll be another gig tomorrow, and just keep writing your original music or whatever that you're doing. You're right. It's nowadays music, you're not going to get rich anymore.
Right.
Especially if you're an older guy like me, but that's not why I play music. I play music because it's in my heart and it's in my soul. And, and I love being able to share my music with other people. And I like to make music with all my friends, but it's for the love of music. None of us get rich here in Syracuse for it, but we love music and that's why we do it.
Yeah. And you have a message to deliver too.
Yeah.
Especially in this latest album.
Yes. Yep, I do. The message, there's so many messages, but, I talk about love all the time, but, you can't love without forgiveness, and love and forgiveness go hand in hand. And that's what we should be doing nowadays, love and forgiveness. And it's a tough world now. So we need that love and forgiveness, and we need to respect and respect other people. If you can't, respect other people's opinions, just respect their presence, So, but
those are great words.
I have a good family,
Mm-hmm.
My uncle Irv Lyons, my cousin Rex, my brothers. There's a lot of good instructions to live, that were given to us. So I try to do that. I try to be the best person I can. I'm never going to burn a bridge.
Great words. Those are awesome words there, Irv. Before we get out of here, though, we talked about a lot of up and comers in the Syracuse area music scene. What's some of the advice that you give some of these young guys?
Wow, you're up and comers. I guess it's a whole different game now. You got to build your social media.
Yeah.
Social media is important. You got to have an EPK. All that stuff is you can't neglect it. You're going to want to play music, and that's part of it. And that's the most fun part, is playing music and going out and having a good time. But nowadays, if these are young guys, so the young guys and gals out there, the he and she's out there, have to really, get all that stuff tight. Their social media, their EPK, their website, have merch. I mean, that's the business side of it. And I've always been terrible at the business side of it. and I was lucky to get a management team. So, it's about being on Instagram, being on TikTok, all these likes. In order for you to get any place, that's the first thing they look at nowadays. How many likes do you have? All this stuff. That's most. I think that's the business side of music is very important now. Not so much more important than when I started playing. You can get a song played on a radio station. It's not that easy anymore. It's so competitive. So
social media definitely changed the game in the music industry.
Good and bad.
Good and bad, correct. Because actually now it gives everybody a platform, and not all of it's all that good. But the cream always rises to the top, right?
I love that saying. I just said that the other day.
It's true, though. That's true. Hey, Irv, before we get out of here, you got some dates you want to plug? Where are you going to be this week and next week and whatnot?
We are at Harpoon Eddie's. We're playing the 11th. You can get on our Ripcords Facebook page or my Facebook page. If you're on Instagram, please like me on Instagram. Like the Ripcords on Instagram. Like us on Facebook. Like our Irv Lyons Jr. Music, the Ripcords on Facebook, on Instagram. We have a lot of dates. I think we're at Labrador on the 10th. We're at Harpoon Eddie's on the 17th, and then it's just we're at Al's coming up. Al's. We have so many dates. I don't remember them because I'm old, and I got to look at the. I should have had this, but if you look at our website, you look at our social media, our dates will be on there. And the crawfish is normally the first start of the festival's season, and we'll be there, which is a great festival. If you like crawdads, I tasted them. I like them. You like crawdads?
Oh, absolutely. I like any kind of shellfish. Did I lose you? I think his phone died. Well, Irv, thanks, man. This has been a lot of fun. Hey, I think his phone died. This has been a lot of fun to talk to you. I appreciate all of this, and hopefully make sure you guys go check out the Ripcords and check out Irv Lyons Jr.'s music. Go like his Facebook page, and shout out to my sponsors. Thank you to EJA Moving Services, United Auto Sales, Joey's at 307, Under Too Long, Utica Coffee, Saranac Brewery, Dave Longaretta, and Ballsy, ballwash.com. Use promo code members only, 15% discount. And don't forget the T-shirts. We've got T-shirts out there. Thank you to Matt Kostick for printing them and designing them. He did a great job printing and designing. So if chances are, if you were a guest on Local Music Monday in 2021, your name is on the back of this T-shirt. So check it out. They're only $20. You can slide in my DMs, hit me up on Venmo or Cash App, and get yourself a Local Music Monday T-shirt. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you to Irv Lyons, whose phone died in the middle of this, but it's all good. I got to bounce out of here. You guys have yourself a good day. Local Music Monday out.
Looking to sell your vehicle? Contact the United Auto Wholesale Team. We'll buy it. Old or new, car, truck, SUV, van, call to set up an appointment. Then stop in, make the sale, and get instant payment. Sell your vehicle to United Auto's Wholesale Team. Looking to sell your vehicle? Contact the United Auto Wholesale Team. We'll buy it. Old or new, car, truck, SUV, van, call to set up an appointment. Then stop in, make the sale, and get instant payment. Sell your vehicle to United Auto's Wholesale Team.
It's so fucking